This week on the Small Business and Informal Traders podcast. Just for an intro, for someone who doesn't know Ambrose, can you please introduce yourself to our audiences?
Oh, no, my name is Ambrose Lekalakala and I'm the chairperson of Nature Trump.
Correctly. Okay, so Ambrose Odzwalebe.
Ke tswa mo Skagapeng, village in Mokopane, and ke dula mo extension 19 at the moment.
Okay. And I know that you are still in varsity. It's Limpopo University of Limpopo.
Yes.
So for you personally, just give me a little bit about your personal background for us to get to know you better.
Well, I'm someone who grew up around this community, which is known for a lot of psychosocial issues, even the education system here, or should I say the education level, the manner in which education is, it's too poor. Young people here, they are not into education, you understand? So we've got a lot of people who are not educated here, who drop out from school, who do not further their studies. So what I can say is that I come from there, but I managed to actually complete my matric and go to varsity.
And speaking about the social issues that are affecting a lot of young people, speaking about one of the dominating challenge being youth dropping out of school. So for you personally, having to go through primary school, high school, and now being at university, can you to actually be consistent in education irrespective of all the challenges?
Well, I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me moving is that I knew what I wanted to achieve in life, and that was to be enrolled in medical school. By the way, I've always seen myself going there. It has always been my vision, to become a medical student, so in the end I can become a doctor. So knowing who you are, knowing what you want in life, I can say it's the best strategy one can use if he wants to, overcome such challenges that we encounter in this community. Because I, for one, have experienced that, and at sometimes there was a time I actually once dropped out of high school. Understand? So I can say it was by the grace of God and knowing what I want to achieve.
And as you maneuver and navigate through the journey of life, are there people by about to see it to shape you into who you are today?
Absolutely. There's one quote that I like that goes like, it takes the whole village to raise a child. So same applies to me. There are a lot of people who have contributed to my life. Well, just to mention a few, I have friends who helped me. I've got old people who mentored me. I've got young people who inspired me. So it has always been like that.
Oh, that's amazing. I love the quote that says it takes a village to raise a child, because normally I don't think we really understand the meaning of this quote when they say it takes a village to raise a child. Because the reason why we go to school, it is because of there needs to be someone to give you an academic education. The reason why you have parents, those are the people who actually brought you into this world. They have a specific education that they gave you to actually be a total human being. The reason why we have other stakeholders, and I think a lot of us, we are not aware that there are also other people who help us to become who we are. We have people like psychologists, we have people like social workers. These are the people who are actually helping individuals to shape their life. So when you say that it takes a village to raise a child, I think of other people from different areas of life, from different walks of life, who come together to actually shape our life. So what do you think my question be like, for someone who undermine the thing that's this quote that says it takes a village to raise a child, like ngwana o elong re ba mokhala go strateng ha o tlwele ngwana o elong like o no re na ona motho ka motsang, what can you say to that person? Or what can that go like we can say to that person so that they can be able to wake up and realize or that person is saying whatever they say to you because of they need to help shape you to become a better person?
Well, before you can say it to that person who actually do not listen when they say such, this code does not go alone. It goes with another one that goes like, a child who is not embraced by a village will burn it down to feel its warmth. And what that means is, if you have got a child who is abandoned, whether being by the parents, school teachers, whoever, that child grows up, having that mentality that these people, add no value to my life. These people help me in know-how, you understand? So it can be difficult for you to actually advise or say anything to that learner. That learner will respond violently, you understand, in an offensive manner. So for us to be able to speak to learners, tell them, for them to listen to us, we must start first by, being the good example to them. You understand? So teachers must show support, must show care, including everyone part of the community that contributes towards the development of these learners, must make sure that they do it in a manner that will show this learner that they love that learner. Once that learner feels that he is loved, it means that learner, even when you tell him, he will be able to listen, knowing that this person cares about me, this person loves me. That learner will again appreciate this quote to say it takes a village to raise a child.
Wow, that's amazing. I've never seen it that way. So just in a nutshell, it said that you need to be the leader, be the change you want to see. For you to be able to advise someone, you need to be the change that whatever that person you're advising needs to see and needs to be. So today, this morning, you said something. I was listening to you at Mokopane FM, giving a motivational talk.
Yes.
Before I get to the point I want to get to, I want to appreciate. I saw your post on Facebook when it was on WhatsApp or Facebook, or your Facebook, WhatsApp status or Facebook, where you said that when you received an invitation from Mokopane FM, you actually landed it amongst your co-workers to say that let us go all together, share the weeks. I appreciate that a lot. It gave me a new perspective about the leaders that you want, not to cherish and enjoy opportunities on your own, but also sharing opportunities with other people. I'm very much grateful that you've done something like that, and I've learned from that. It gave me a new perspective. And this morning you said that the story, you were narrating the story of an eagle, but you said that the eagle started to fly the moment that other men carried the tree. So what you actually said was that the eagle couldn't fly until the man cut the tree. Now when the tree falls, that's when the eagle flew. Tell me a bit about that. What did you mean? Because I felt like on that at the radio, you didn't have enough time to actually
yes. Yeah, just to start where you started, about the post, the one that when I received an invitation from Mokopane FM, I also told the people that are interested to actually come closer so that I can share the opportunity with them. You know why? Because I'm one person who believes in code. There's another one that goes like, if you want to help yourself, help someone else. Why? Because if there is a candle and that candle lights alone, that candle will not be able to light up the whole room. But if we have got a lot of candle lighting, it means that we will appreciate the light. You understand?
Yeah.
So if you give other people opportunities, they go there, they will as well inspire me. But then to continue with that one of what I was saying this morning, what I really wanted to emphasize is that there are too many people who stay in their comfort zone. You see, when you are at your comfort zone, you forget who you are. You forget that you have got to work hard. You develop the mentality that things are difficult. I said it that if or once we change the way we look at things, then the things we're looking at change. So once you tell yourself this is difficult, it's going to be difficult. But how do you tell yourself this thing is easy if you stay in your comfort zone? That eagle in itself, it knew that it wanted to remain on the tree branch, you understand? And it didn't want to fly because it enjoyed being there. It enjoyed the comfort zone, you understand? To leave your comfort zone, in the beginning, it is difficult. In the middle, it is chaotic. In the end, it's awesome.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that so much. So now let's go to the business and talk about Nature Triumph. What is Nature Triumph?
Well, Nature Triumph is known by everyone. But just to say, Nature Trump is a non-profit organization or a non-governmental organization. So it's an NGO for short that helps the learners in the community to improve in their academic performance as well as to be enrolled in universities and colleges.
And what kind of learners do you help? From primary, I mean, do you help primary school and high school, or do you help high school alone?
I hope you know that ideas do not come out fully formed.
Yeah.
They only become clear as you work on them. So I don't want to say we help high school today and tomorrow when you come we help primary. But all I can say is that we help learners in general, but at the moment we are dealing with high school learners at the moment.
So do you cover all subjects?
Well, what we do basically is that we provide enrichment classes. And when we provide enrichment classes, we provide all the subjects that are available within the district that we are at. Like for an example, now we are in Mogalagona district, and that is what we cover.
So do they pay, or is it for free?
Well, like I indicated, is an NGO. So when we say we're providing enrichment classes, it's free enrichment classes which we usually provide in December and January. And then again, we also provide things like career exhibition, post-matric enlightenment. We assist the matriculants with application. We motivate the learners. We go there, motivate them just before they start with their examination. And when they open schools, we motivate them. And we do such things. We provide as well mentorships. And there's a new program that we have, which we are currently running, which is the winter enrichment classes. It's one of its type. We have never provided it before. We are providing that it serves as a fundraising for the organization, because as it stands, our NGO does not have funding. I'm sure you know that for an organization to run, particularly the NGO, it has to have funding. So we do not have funding. So what we are doing is that we are fundraising. So this enrichment classes is the only one where we have got a fee for those learners to pop out something, so that we can have the money to do what? To cover the communication costs, transport costs, and as well as when we will be providing our free enrichment classes, we'll be able to have something so that we can be able to provide those services.
This is an amazing initiative, and I remember you once hosted the career exhibition, of which I was supposed to be there, but because of too many projects that I'm working on, I couldn't be there. So tell me about that career exhibition. For someone who wasn't there, what was happening at the career exhibition? What kind of information did you share? Perhaps it might help someone who didn't have the privilege to be there, and they might profit from that information and use it.
The name says it all. Career exhibition. We're exposing the career. Now, how do we expose it? We are giving the information about courses that are available, what are the requirements to get admission into those courses, which institution provide those courses, which funding institution can fund you to study those courses, how do you apply for those courses, when should you apply, such information. And again, we had motivational speakers were there to motivate those learners. So that's basically what we're doing.
And since you've started the initiative of Nature Triumph, how is the response to the community, to the learners?
Well, the response is great. Yes, of course, at first, people didn't understand what we were doing. So we had to educate them, including the teachers. The teachers, including the principal, they were surprised. Who are these boys? What are they doing? More especially because we started it at a very young age. You understand? Who are the youngest by the odd? You can travel the whole world. You will never meet people of our age running what we are running. So it was actually a surprise. It astonished the community when it started, but with time, they come to realize that this is what we want. They come to appreciate it. Now it's recognized everywhere. It's appreciated. We receive invitation from various schools, including at Mapela. So throughout, people are coming to accept that this is what we want. They are appreciating it, and the response, I can say, it's impressive.
Wow. With this beautiful organization, where does it come from? How did it start?
Well, Nature Trump, when it started, It was started by myself and our deputy chairman, Sting Drawer, and we were together. And actually, how it started, I had an idea to actually host enrichment classes in December to prepare the matriculants and the grade 11s. And then when I had that idea, I contacted him because I knew him before. He used to come to our school to help us. He once helped me, but at the time I felt like, who is this? What is it? It never came to my mind that, this is the person we are going to work with. That is why they say this world, it revolves. So whatever you do will eventually come back. So I spoke to him. We made sure we arranged this enrichment classes. Then after arranging this enrichment class, it is actually because we have struggled in school. So we know the struggle. So we said, the people who are struggling like us, let's provide classes so we can help them. Then after those enrichment classes, we went to varsity. We saw how difficult it is to get admission at university. We saw all the challenges, went through those challenges. So after having went through, so I can actually say it is from experience. We experienced the struggle, and that gave us an information. It notified us that there are people who are struggling out there, and not everyone is like Ambrose. Not everyone is like you. So some people may not be able to do what? To escape those challenges. How do we do? What do we do to actually assist them? That is nature.
So in a nutshell, you'd say that in the problems that you were going through, you saw an opportunity to help those who are coming behind you.
You can say it like that. So all I'm saying is, having went through the struggle and understanding it is difficult to actually survive, we said, let's help the community, let's make it to be easy for other people to make it like we did.
So looking into the future, personally and for business, how does the future look like?
Well, with respect to my future, I'm studying medicine. I'm going to become a doctor.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. And what I can say is that I'm going to become a very good doctor. I'm going to, you understand? So that is my personal future. With respect to the organization, what I can say is that like I indicated earlier on, that the idea by itself, it is still becoming clear as we work on it. But by far, we have got a plan to establish our own institution, Nature Trump Institution, whereby that institution will have classes. That institution will actually have a library for the community. You can go throughout this village, there is no community library. The library is in town. You have got to work there. After school, if you go there, you will find it is closed. So you must come back. You wasted your time. So we must have a library here so that people or learners around the community will be may be able to come and study in the library. Our library must have books. We must also have a hall in our institution whereby when we say we're hosting a career exhibition, we'll use our own hall, because for sure if we are going to use other halls, we've got to pay them. It's a problem. So we must have our own institution with our classes, with our library, with our with the hall, with our very same everything, including the sports ground. You understand? One of the reasons which is actually exacerbating the dropout that we spoke about is that, you see, back there in the days, in school there used to be things like SCO, is it SCO? This one where people say it's for, you see, I even forgot it because it's no longer there. You see, this one is church life. Oh, the choir. Yes, they have choirs, they have those things, they have sports, football, athletics, and all that. They are no longer there. You can go to high school around. They are no longer there. But those things were important. You know why? Because Christianity, by its nature, shapes a person. It makes a person have self-discipline. You understand? So if a learner does not have a self-discipline, Christianity teaches you, by the way, that you must not do wrong to other people. It teaches you must love people, you must help people. So we need that. I'm actually making a care-on call to the principal, SGP and SMT to fix that. We need that to be be reinstated. We must have sports, we must have, you know why? Because there are a lot of young people who have got talents. The talents are undiscovered. Why? Because they have nowhere to express them. They have nowhere to actually discover their talents. So when those things can be, if those things can be brought back into school, learners are going to be able to realize their talents. Learners are going to be able to have discipline again, and then, you know, at our institution, we must have sports ground, we'll have a lot of things like that. So that's what I'm saying. The plan for the future is for us to have the institution, Nature Trump Institution. And again, not only here in Mokopane, Nature Trump must be a national organization. You understand? We started at Gwenan, by the way, and then we spread throughout Potgietersrus Circuit. We grew and spread into what? Into Mogalakwena district. Want to spread into other districts across the province, want to spread into other provinces across the country, so that in the end it can become a national NGO whereby it assists the whole of South Africa, having to have all the institutions, you know, at all the provinces, and the headquarter, it might be here, it might be maybe in Cape Town.
Well, indeed, the future is beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Friends, this has been Ambrose Lekalakala, the chairman or chairman of Nature Plains. Yes. Ambrose, it's been a beautiful time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I enjoyed being here.
Thank you.